I'm joined in by the General Secretary of the United Democratic Party, Jemino Mawthoh, to speak about the recent political development in our state of Meghalaya. Jemino, what do you think, what implication would this have on the coalition with the joining of the 5 Congress MLAs?
See, as far as the coalition government is concerned, so far, when you look at how it has been functioning over the years, now in the last 4 years, we're going into the 5th year, right? And one very interesting thing is that it is stable, we can say. In spite of the fact that we have different coalition partners together in the MDA government, I'm not saying that everything is smooth sailing. There are issues also within the MDA government and between the coalition partners of the MDA. But so far we have been able to maintain stability as far as the government is concerned. But when you talk about the recent developments, especially with the defection of the Congress MLAs, joining the newly floated political party in the state, the Trinamool Congress. Now this is something very interesting. In fact, I was also quite surprised. How come, tall leaders of the Congress party suddenly took this decision to go and, align themselves with the TMC? But, after 12 of them left the Congress, now we see another new developments again amongst the 5 remaining legislators of the Congress party. So what is quite perplexing to me is this, that Congress party has been going hammer and tongs at the MDA government, coming out with all kinds of allegations as far as the government is concerned. But surprisingly this time, the 5 remaining Congress MLAs have taken a decision to support the MDA government. Now this is something which I cannot also understand what made them to suddenly take this decision to support the MDA government. The only thing which I can say is that the people in the state of Meghalaya are quite confused now, because looking at the political developments that is going on and the shifting of allegiance and the defection of the legislators, that actually has created a lot of confusion amongst the electorates, because they really don't know whom to turn to now. Okay, so what I can say from my side is that this shifting of allegiance, from one party to another party, from one group to another group, I feel that it is unbecoming of political leaders in the state, when especially people have voted for you, they have put their trust in you, and you left them, at the last moment. Now just one more year before the elections of 2023. So I feel that politics in Meghalaya, with some legislators, it is politics bereft of, principles. No principles at all, I think you should stick to your party. Only when there is some kind of changes which is very much needed, then only we can say that, people can jump sides. But there is no need at the moment, for political parties. Now we can see the real true picture of these leaders. They used to talk so much about, they used to talk so much about integrity, about, party principle, and so on and so forth. But you look at the decisions that they've taken. No one expected that, such leaders will take such decisions. But all I can say is that, because politics is like this only. I used to say that, we talk so much of this COVID variant, all kinds of variants are there now. But I think the political variance in the state is much more deadly than this COVID variant also. And it's really affecting governance in the state of Meghalaya. But as far as our party is concerned, if we talk about the United Democratic Party, I feel that all these things which are happening in the state now, I think it's favoring us. It's favoring us, and as you're aware, and you must have seen also, it has been reported in the media that MLAs from other MLAs who are independent, MLAs who are from other political parties also are inclined now to join the UDP. And they have expressed their inclination to contest from the United Democratic Party in the Assembly elections 2023. So all these political developments, I feel, it is favoring the United Democratic Party.
So, the UDP is one of the major alliance partners in the MDA. So, was the UDP consulted when the Chief Minister decided to welcome the offer made by the Congress MLAs?
Frankly, as Secretary of the UDP, I'm not aware of that. But maybe some consultations must have been there with the elected representatives of the UDP. I have not really discussed with them about this. And frankly speaking, I'm not aware. I'm not aware about that.
And so there's been a lot of talks on the Congress and the BJP working together in our state. Do you think that will be a healthy practice in a coalition government when there's so much of difference of opinion and ideologies?
I don't think so. It's a healthy trend. I don't think so. It's a healthy trend. I mean, especially when we talk about the Congress and the BJP, as far as the ideology and party principles is concerned, they are poles apart. And we have seen at the national level also, I mean, BJP and Congress cannot see eye to eye. They've been going hammer and tongs at each other. And one of the agenda of the BJP is to finish the Congress. But why is, interestingly, in the state of Meghalaya, the Congress is now joining the BJP. So it shows that, parties are now bereft of ideologies, of party principles, and they think about, what suits them best. And I think it's a case of political opportunism only. They would like to be at the helm of affairs. They would like to be at the seat of power because they feel that they'll not be able to, to serve the people if they are in the opposition. But let me remind the people, the electorate in the state of Meghalaya, we were also in the opposition from 2013 to 2018. We respect the mandate given to us by the people, and we remain steadfast in the opposition for 5 years. We made sacrifices on our part. We never joined the ruling party at that particular point of time. Although there were time and again, there were feelers for us also to join the government, from 2013 to 2018. But we said, no, it's better for us because the people have given their mandate. It's better for us to remain in the opposition. And we remain steadfastly in the opposition. And we raise a number of issues pertaining to this people and the state. And we hope that, 2018 will be a much better year for us. But sad to say, in spite of the sacrifices that we have made at that particular point of time, 5 years being in the opposition, our numbers was reduced from 8 to 6. But post 2018, something positive also has come about, where the UDP won 4 by-elections, one from Shella, one from Ranikor, one from Mauplang, and MDC by-elections from Langrin. And we did very well also in the MDC elections in Garo Hills. And in the by-elections from Rajabala also, our candidate secured about 7,200 votes. So it means that, that feel-good factor is there amongst the rank and file of the UDP leaders. And we hope if we go with this kind of optimism, and if that acceptability is there because of the disintegration, of these other political parties, I think it'll be a good year for the UDP in 2023. And I hope that if we come into power in 2023, the 10 years from 2023 will be a decisive decade for the state of Meghalaya. That much I can tell you.
So, sir, we know that now in the assembly we don't have any. The Congress is no longer in the opposition, but only the 12 remaining, the 12 TMC MLAs. So, would you say this is the end of the grand old party in our state?
Yes, it's the end of the grand old party. If you talk about in the context of the country as a whole, also, the Congress party have disintegrated. You know, now how many MPs are there in Parliament? Out of 543 seats, I think Congress MPs, I think they're around 52, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so 52. Just imagine, it has come down. You know, so much from what they used to get earlier. So because of the lack of direction and because of the party organization at the national level, it is also having a toll, you know, at the state level. And because of the party disintegration at the national level, it is also, you know, we can say that Congress is also a sinking ship, not only at the national level but also at the state level. And now with just five MLAs, and even these five MLAs also, we're not very sure whether they're going to remain in the Congress or not. I feel Congress is going to be decimated this time. Gone, finished. It's a downhill slide for the Congress.
So, last but not the least, do you think the joining of these 5 remaining Congress MLAs with the MDA coalition, will it have any impact on the ruling coalition now?
I don't think so. It will make much difference by the 5 MLAs joining the MDA government, because if you talk in terms of numbers, you know, the MDA government is quite stable, quite strong. We have many MLAs from different groups who are in the government. But the only thing is that, which I can say at this point of time, is that all the allegations that were leveled against this MDA government, you know, by the Congress party and by the opposition, that all the allegations now has got no meaning. Because why? Has got no meaning because why? Now, if those who have opposed, you know, tooth and nail, and they've gone so much hammer and tongs at the government, and now joining the government, it means that government is doing well. It shows that government is doing well. That much I can say, you know. I mean, if the opposition have finally conceded by joining the MDA government, means the policies and the programs and the issues taken up by the present MDA government means it's well appreciated. That much I can say.
So we've heard from the General Secretary of the United Democratic Party, which is one of the major partner in the coalition, in the MDA coalition, on how the joining of these 5 remaining Congress MLAs will not create such an impact in the ruling coalition. But only time will tell what kind of implication these would have in the political scenario in the state. This is Iban Ginteo Mori for the Shillong Times. Thank you.